Hey guys, it's Beth, and today I have a project share on some of the items that I've made with this Pine Street Square pad from the Paper Studio at Hobby Lobby. That is one of my current kill pad projects that I've got going on. If you saw my last video, you saw how excited I am about using this pad. And I had mentioned in that video that I really loved this Santa, kind of vintage Santa on the wood grain, and that I wanted to make some coasters out of it. And so I did. And it's a set of 4, and this is just using those ceramic tiles. I got them at Lowe's for like 16 cents each. And I still need to put my felt, hot glue my felt on the back here. And I do have a tutorial on how to make these, which I will link in the description below. But my living room at Christmas time is in Santa. I do it in Santas, and I love the vintage and rustic Santas, so I'm excited to put these out for Christmas. I think they will go well. And I also made this little, it's a stackable set of blocks, and I just used a couple of the blocks we had in our inventory. And I've got like this white snowflake paper that's kind of like a wood grain, and then a blue snowflake paper also on a wood grain. And you can see if I bring it up closer, the winter I just did it in darker gray vinyl, and then the blessings is just in white vinyl. And then if you turn it over, it has Merry Christmas. I liked that plaid too, but it kind of coordinates with my Santas. And then another set I did, which I think is really cute, is this Noel set. And it's just little 3-inch, just over 3-inch blocks that we had on hand. And so I just cut my paper down, used my silhouette, and cut out the letters and the paper down to be like just shy of 3 by 3. But cut out the letters for Noel. See, it kind of coordinates with the Christmas items. But then if you turn it over, it says snow. Sorry for the banging. But then again, it also coordinates with that set. And I just did a snowflake instead of the letter O, just to be cute. So I like that little set. And because I cut the letters out of the paper squares, I of course have letters left, and I am not going to let those go to waste. So I made a smaller block set that is just the letters. And we have a lot of people that don't like I've talked about this before, we have a lot of people that don't like the paper background. They just like more of the cleaner look. And so this is a popular style as well. Then again, turn it over and you have snow. And it's versatile. I mean, you could stack it if you want, if you didn't have room. So there's different ways that you could lay these out. And then the last thing that I have gotten done are some hot cocoa pouches. And I had mentioned that in my preview video that I had found these pocket journal cards from Hobby Lobby on clearance. They coordinated really well with this pad. And so I just pulled a few out that I thought would be cute on some hot cocoa pouches. So I just took the journal card and I cut it down, because this is actually an envelope, like a normal letter size envelope, but I sealed and then I cut it in half. So it came out to be like 4 1/8 by 4, I think. And so I just cut my paper down 1/8 of an inch smaller than what my envelope half was. And then I had some of this white wood grain snowflake paper, some scraps of that were perfect. And so I just trimmed those off a little bit to fit the envelope. Took one of the journal cards, and then since they're 4 inches by 3 inches, I cut a little bit off the top and bottom just so I could actually center the card. Otherwise it would have been like right at the top of would have gone the full height of my envelope. So I just trimmed those down a little bit, just some off the top and the bottom. And then with the strips that I cut off of the top and bottom, I made a strip that went across the center of my envelope here just to help the journal card pop a little bit. And because it was only 3 inches across, I did have to cut it down the middle, and then I used my ruler, laid my ruler out so that I was level across the page, and then added both pieces of that strip. So here was another one that I did that's already in a pouch, but I didn't have any more scraps of this particular wood grain paper, but I had some other white wood grain paper on my desk that I thought would look good too. So it's just a different variation, but using that same journal card. And then you can see all I put in here is just a hot cocoa mix and then a candy cane to stir with. And I just found some chocolate flavored candy canes, so I might mix it up and do some peppermint and some chocolate, because if you're like me, you love that extra dose of chocolate as well. And then the clear plastic pouches I just got off of Amazon, and they are for A2 size cards, 4 5/8 by 5 3/4. And then I did another version where I have this like red snowflake on a burlap background, and then took another journal card, Baby It's Cold Outside, and again had to trim it off the top and bottom. And then because it had the same green, I used what the other scraps I had left of the snowflake strip that I cut off of here, and since it tied in with that, because I didn't like the other side of this, I think it was like darker green, and I wanted something light that would pop more off of the red, so I just used that again. But then I have 2 of those. That's all I've gotten so far. Been working these in along with other craft show projects and orders that need to be filled. But one of the things that I am still working on is I'm going to do a little sign that's going to be reversible that has "Let It Snow." And then the other side is going to be, so this can be just like the winter side, and then the other side is this pretty holly paper, and I'm going to put "Joy," I think, across it. And I'm going to try using paint to add the "Joy" in a cursive script font, and then I'm going to frame it out. Well, my husband will frame it out for me. So once I get those done, I will share those with you as well. But I hope you guys enjoyed some of these projects and can put them to use with some of the paper that you have on hand, some of your stash. Be sure to like this video and subscribe, because there are definitely more ideas to come. But I thank you guys for your time today, and I hope you have a great rest of your week.